Welcome to episode 3.
I'm out here trying to get content, sorry.
That's all right, you can shoot content.
No, sorry. That's shit by me. All right.
Keep shit.
Start again. Sorry, I didn't know we were starting.
Don't worry about it. You're not present in this moment, are you?
You know who is present? Reese.
All right, I am Jaden. I'm joined by Jaden as well, Briggsy, Claire and Reese. This is episode 3. How is everyone? Good?
Great.
Yeah?
You're about to say great. Oh, I think you say great
Good.
at the same time as me. Great.
Great.
It's going to be interesting if someone comes on here and says...
I'm having a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can just talk about it if we want.
I feel like we'd all be like, yeah, I've had a shit week, but it's, you know, we're all pretty honest people.
We'll probably have a little counselling session with Claire.
We can do that.
Work through
Should
it.
we do that one, mate?
Have a counselling
Just get real deep on here.
We've only got a 20, 30-minute
Be
podcast.
vulnerable. Yeah, shit. We can do a 4-hour one, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, how much time you got?
So for people that are listening, probably like the weekly check-in thing that we always do in our team meetings on a Friday. We think it's really important. Obviously, you know, yes, we're a team, but we're super tight. We're really close friends at the end of the day. So having those weekly check-ins where we just make sure all of us are doing okay is, you know, that is really important to us. And we just thought it'd be cool to do it on the podcast as well. So,
Which a good little takeaway for that with people is ask your mates how they're doing.
100%.
When was the last time you sent a little message? 3 words.
And you know
going?
what? You do that, but then when someone responds to you, you really need to listen. And then you need to know how to respond back to that
Yeah,
person.
don't throw it out if you're not actually willing to.
Are you actually willing to listen to what I'm about to tell you?
well, there's been lots of times in our team meetings where we do, you know, our around the grounds. One of us haven't been their best because, like, you're never feeling your best all the time. But then we always make an effort to, whether we go for a walk, you know, with that person that isn't feeling great, or as a team, we go for a walk, whatever it might be. So, yeah, checking in on your mates. So important.
It's good to have good friends. I feel very lucky to have such a good circle
I've got a question for you.
Yep.
Wearing slippers to the shops.
What about wearing slippers to the podcast?
Well, that's why I brought it up. You know, you see people at the shops and they're wearing slippers. Like, is that all sweet? Is that play on?
100%. I go like shoeless.
Yeah. Oh, so is that worse?
It's terrible.
I used to go shoeless all the time and I got punished for it, bro.
One thing I've learned about Claire is she's a clean freak.
Yes, I am actually.
I don't think I ever wear shoes in public.
Okay,
And
I want to double up on your question. With slippers, socks,
I have socks on now.
Socks and Crocs. What's your thoughts there?
massive
Yeah.
fan.
It's a mad trend in like a lot of the ladies in the sporting world at the moment. Like a lot of the sevens girls always wear the socks and Crocs.
Yeah, a few coaches squat in them.
Crocs,
Yeah.
not yet. It's on the list.
Yeah.
I rock the slides, socks and slides.
Yeah.
Massive fan of that.
Massive fan of that.
Massive fan of that.
All right, what about like the sandals? Like
With-
the
with
Roman
socks?
sandals.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think that's all right. Really? Yeah. Play on.
All right.
I was very close to saying something, but I'll retract.
Are we going with,
I don't think
are we
that's
going with
fine.
socks again or
Yeah, you got to go. They have to be white too.
white socks?
Have to be white, I think.
Getting a little bit daddy.
Daddy, don't say daddy.
Just got character at the end of the day. They've just been through some shit. And
Are you still talking about the sandals or?
talking about me? What was the question? The original question?
The original question was
Oh, slippers.
slippers.
Yeah, dude.
Because I feel like you get some looks in the supermarket. I'm like, I'm just ultimate
See,
comfort
I've
levels.
always wanted to be able to wear slippers, but when I wear them without socks, my feet get sweaty.
Yeah, so that's why you gotta wear socks.
So you have to wear, and then they
Yeah.
stink.
Yeah, I'd say socks always.
But you'd have like.
And you got
insoles
stinky slippers.
Yeah, but these, yeah.
Reese, what's your thoughts on that?
6 again.
6
Play
again.
on. Eyes up footy. Eyes up footy. That's eyes up footy. That's eyes up footy. That is
What are you rocking?
just the box with some socks.
Reese looking sharp today as well.
Reese always looking
You're
sharp.
just saying top half, a bit of bottom.
love the
so
suit
just in
pants.
case. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I need another set of
Yeah,
these.
best dress in the team.
Reese.
Yeah, the table does you a
Thank you,
disservice at
guys.
the moment. Covered at the bottom.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, Reese is really good from the.
I actually don't know
From
what
the hips
the
down.
best part is. Yeah, the bottom or the top part.
What's in the middle there, big dog?
Go and show.
Go on, show us.
Tony, floor's yours.
I don't know if it's a question, a thought that I've been thinking of a little bit lately, especially with the
A thought to think on.
Would you like to say
That's what I
something?
put in my
Briggs?
weekly email to my clients. A thought to think on.
Like think loud. like.
Have you heard about Think Loud, the production company?
Have we said that already? Because he's already in my thoughts again.
Yeah, I know. You're back, Cooney. You're creeping into my head.
I'm going from thinking internally to thinking loud right now.
And Think Loud, if you guys are looking to start a podcast as well, is where you should head.
At Think Loud, which is what I'm about to do.
Continue. Yeah, we're idiots. Sorry.
I'm thinking loud. Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
It's probably a good one.
Do we feel it? You gone through it?
Fucking oath. What do you mean?
I get a bit
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Yeah, massively.
Do you not know what imposter syndrome is?
Hit me.
Yeah, like run us through a little.
Imposter syndrome is like kind of like feeling like you're in a role that you, I don't know if you would say like shouldn't be in, or like you feel like you're not qualified to be in,
Or you feel like
not
you don't
good enough,
deserve
or
it.
you don't deserve it. So it feels like you're putting on like a fake facade. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel definitely since we've opened the gym, we've started to branch out a little bit more. People know more of the space, know who we are, even like walking around places. Feel that a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
100%. I agree, man. I think I've felt this in different periods of my life from when I started in the fitness industry, probably actually when I was in real estate as well, because, excuse me, I think anytime you start something new, obviously it's something that you haven't done before, therefore it's something you haven't achieved. So I think at the start of anything big that's a progression to your life, I think it's heaps natural to feel that at the start. And we're essentially still, very early on in our...
I think the thing I'm starting to realize now is that like a lot of people feel the same. You know how like you look at other people doing things and you go, oh, they look so confident doing that, or they look like they look like they've got it figured out, and you're like, fuck, what am I doing? Like I've got no fucking idea what's going on. But then there's probably potentially people who are looking at you like that, and it's this big like circle that it goes around.
Is that a square?
That is a square.
That was actually a dodecagon. We had 12 sides on
There's a
that.
few points to that.
So my question to you is, once you become aware of that, like how do you move forward from that feeling?
Great question.
I think
Or how have you overcome it?
imposter syndrome is very closely tied into confidence. Whether you have confidence or lack of confidence. So even if you have confidence in a service that you're providing or what you're doing because it aligns with your values, then I think that separates between confidence and cockiness. Because if you are confident, if you do something and it's not right or you make a mistake, you can kind of wear it and you own it. Whereas like cockiness, it's so heavily driven by ego that you're scared to be seen in a way which would almost amplify that more. Whereas I think if you go into things with confidence, whether it is knowing what you do know or even not knowing what you know, but being confident about that and expressing that, it's a lot easier to kind of navigate, I suppose. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
100%. I reckon in our team meeting the other day, you spoke about the importance of maintenance periods in your life.
Massively. That's huge.
And I think that's
right
when
now.
you can sit in that, because like we're like actually speaking on behalf of all of us, but obviously, us knowing each other so well, like we're very progression based. So each time you're stepping into something new or you're trying to elevate, you're trying to level up, it's obviously new to you at that time, and that's when you can get those feelings of that. So we've obviously just launched this gym, and now we're starting to build some really good momentum. We're still focusing on growth and getting to where we want to be, but fucking kick back and like enjoy it a bit.
Well, that's what diving into that conversation about maintenance periods is. Individuals, we're always so focused on the next thing, especially with driven individuals. It's always growth. It's always on to the next thing. And as soon as you get to one place and you're focusing on going to the next, or going from 3 sessions to 4 sessions, to getting bigger, to getting stronger. And I think very rarely do we actually have these kind of maintenance periods where when we do grow, we sit in it for a couple of weeks, maintain that new period that we've essentially grown into, get somewhat comfortable with that to a degree, and then go into that next phase of growth. Because that's why I think people run into that feeling of imposter syndrome, or even just like burnout and shit like that, because you're just constantly pushing, but then you don't even spend enough time in that new phase where you get to before you're jumping to the next one. Yeah. So I'm a massive fan of that, massive believer on maintenance periods. Because we do it in the gym as well. We do it, when we're working people's calories out. We do it with training at times, but very rarely do you hear people actually explain doing that in life.
Yeah, you don't have a life deload.
Yeah, you don't have. Oh, how good is that? A life deload. That is a post.
Coming, I'm going to leave now.
Like that's also quite connected to when like people always feel like they've got to be pushing because they're pushing for a goal that's going to make them happy. So they don't stay in that maintenance or in that present moment because they're always pushing for that happiness that's in the future rather than living in the present moment and being happy with what you've got now. Because once you reach that goal, you know, whatever it is, that's not your happiness, is it? Because then you're going to find another goal. Yeah. And then I've got to push again.
I think that's the battle for people that are driven, is that if they enter what we would now refer to as a deload life maintenance, is that what we're going with?
Yeah, life deload.
Yeah,
we'll go life deload.
They'd obviously feel like they're regressing in a way because they're not progressing, right?
I do find that. Like sometimes I'll sit on the lounge and be like, oh, I'm not being productive with my time. And I'm like, Claire, just sit the fuck down.
It can turn like unhealthy. It can turn toxic, you know,
but
where you're like
infinite,
going all the time.
It never that never ends. Like you continuously push for the rest of your life, which isn't necessarily it's not necessarily a bad thing. But at what point are you in periods of your life where you're actually present enough to enjoy those things? Like how often do we do that? Because you just go and go and go, and then if you don't stop, you get to a point where your body eventually makes you stop, and that's when people get to the end, and then they reflect and they go, "Oh shit! Like I actually did some really cool shit." But I don't want to reflect on that when you're like 80 or 90 years old.
Yeah, when you feel those feelings or think those thoughts, like I think it's important to remind yourself that you're so capable though. Like everything you've achieved in your life up until this point is because you've been capable enough to overcome those battles, whatever they were. So I think it's having deload life moments, but also fucking give yourself a pat on the back. It's something we struggle with, I think, you know. Yeah, like. And that goes for everyone though. Like I think people limit themselves massively in what they're capable of doing. There's just times in life you've got to put the foot down, and there's times in life where you've got to, pull the pedal up a little bit. And I think that's what I'm learning at the moment.
I think referring back to that imposter syndrome, it's just people having a crack, isn't it? Yeah. Like that's what the confidence part of it is, like the people who you see doing it, whether you look at, if you categorize people as like above you or doing something, you go, holy shit, how do they do that? And then you do that. And if there's people coming up behind you on the same level, whatever it is, like they're just people having a crack. That's literally what it comes down to is you're going to feel that more and more the more times you have a crack, but it just comes down to confidence of just having a go. Just having a go.
Yeah, and trusting yourself, and you can get it done.
Yeah.
Because you always hear every successful person always says like, you have to make mistakes. And I think like that is where the imposter syndrome kicks in, is like you don't want to make a mistake, so you don't want to do it. Like you look at someone else and you go, they don't make mistakes, but you don't know what goes on behind closed doors or what happened to them 5 years ago. Or so that was a great question. You straight off the dome.
Yeah,
too.
I love that. That was awesome.
You're welcome. I'll send you all the invoices at the end.
$25.
$25. Get a McFlurry.
$25 McFlurry.
Yeah, well, actually, speaking of McFlurries, how good are they?
Oh, I had a McFlurry for like
we had one on
solid
Friday night. Was it Saturday night?
Friday night. Was it? Yeah, it was Friday night. Yeah, they got a raspberry custard one now too.
McFlurry?
McFlurry, yeah, mate. They got a raspberry custard McFlurry, mate.
I saw something clutch the other day. It was someone on Instagram, but they'd put, so a McFlurry might set you back $5.
Brie paid, so I don't know.
Shout out, Bree.
The peaches, yeah.
But this person had taken 6, it was so smart, 6 soft serve ice cream cones and brought their own little container to Macca's.
I've seen someone do this.
Put it in there, crushed it all up, and then they bought the toppings, which were like 50 cents a piece. So it was like the chocolate topping, the M&Ms, the Oreos, mix it all into one, $7. But you've got this much
like a Tupperware container.
A full Tupperware container of bloody ice cream mixed in with all these goods.
You buy the mix-ins separately at McDonald's.
Yeah. I don't go to Macca's too often, but
yeah. Saw you in the drive-through last
sucker
week.
for a Macca's, quick little cheesy.
How's that for a business
Make it
idea?
fit in macros. It's all
High
good.
protein McFlurries. Surely no one's done that before.
The issue with them is they're just so high in fat. So you'll just be having a high
People
fat.
won't be buying them.
Well, high protein.
We would be. The 5 of us would
If
be
you make
like...
them taste hectic, a couple of bickies on the top. That's what the raspberry custard one needs. Just a couple of bickies, Maccas. If you're listening, put some bloody cookie dough or some shit in that.
The chances
Make
of
it
McDonald's
crunchy.
listening to this gym-based podcast,
High.
slim.
Oh, oh wait.
All right. So, have you got
It's not a question, but like fitness trend is what we were kind of going to go on today. This is a positive one. I love how over the last, I don't know how long, I don't want to put a time scale on it, but people are so supportive in the gym, especially women. Women in the weight section never really used to happen. And now, I reckon we like outdo you boys.
Especially at Harvard HQ.
What do you think changed? What do you think's happening? Why?
I think people are just supporting each other more and just like, you know, girls are just enjoying lifting weights and just getting into it makes them feel good. Like, you're not going to turn into a bodybuilder day 2 in the gym. Like, and I feel like we're not the bitchy girls anymore. Like, it's kind of moved forward. It's evolved. Everyone can support everybody. I think it's great. Like, I love being in the gym and like seeing a girl train weights and, you know, seeing she's lifting heavy and it's like, yeah, girl, like go for it. Not like, oh, not this bitch, she's lifting more than me. Like, that's gone. Well, maybe it's the environments that you surround yourself with, actually. That could be part of it. But I think it's incredible.
Happens at maybe some gyms or whatever, but I think as a whole, totally agree. Totally. I think it's a massive like empowerment, you know, of women that are lifting weights, and I think they're getting that empowerment through lifting weights itself, right? So you combine that with a good community. You know, ladies are outlifting the guys now.
Yeah. Seriously, that's not a joke. That's actually fair.
Do bicep curl more than you?
Yeah, I could see that.
I think majority of the population do. I mean, you seem.
You do more than I do, so great.
No, there's definitely there's a lot of good women in the industry pushing for that as well, being a good voice for it, being confident, good advocates for it, and making women feel, I suppose, more comfortable, more confident to dive into that space. Definitely one that's been more male driven, especially like you said, the weight side of things, which is really cool to see. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I think like anything comes from just like maybe a lack of knowledge initially, where a lot of people thought if I train weights, I'm just going to get huge or I'm just going to get bulky. The one thing I've always said to female clients that I've worked with, like, I wish it were that easy.
I have a lot of conversations like that with my 100%. Female clients.
Like, especially when you go through like phases of like, you know, muscle building being the focus, it takes fucking so long to build lean muscle. It takes so long. So I think ladies are really understanding that, and they're now just using that and getting themselves in the gym, and especially around like other people that are wanting to do the same thing. Just vibes. I love it.
If you just break down the absolute basic physiology of the bodies, like men and women have the same muscles and they need to be trained. Like, you apply a stress to the body, they adapt to them. So like, it shouldn't be, it's almost been over the years in the industry, like categorized in some sort of, I don't even know, like a style or the way it looks as opposed to what is actually happening. Like, why would women not train the same muscles that guys do? For what reason? Like, in terms of when you're looking at general health, it makes absolutely no sense to not do that. So the fact that people are pushing for it more is smart. It should it should always be there, because there's no different for it to not be.
Same for guys. Should be training the same muscles that women train. Get your hip thrust done.
Get the glutes.
Get your glutes firing. I love it.
Girls like the glutes too.
Yeah. Speaking of lifting heavy weights, let's go with favourite song to PR to. So personal record, PB, personal best, either or. Favourite song? I can kick us off.
Go on then.
Fat Bottom Girls.
Queen.
Yeah.
I was about to sing it. I was going to.
Give it.
Nah. That's my other podcast. Don't worry about it. Great song.
Yeah. Especially squats. It's a good one to squat too.
I went and saw Queen.
Yeah. I've hit my squat PR to that. Really? It's not very high, but I
was going to say, you want to tell us what it was?
No, I'll leave it.
I would never picture you as a Queen man.
Yeah.
I like
My
it.
favourite old school band.
Yeah, I think back in the day, shout out to Josh Hanlon, Tom Strambicki. We used to squat to them. They used to, maybe 17, they were doing like well over 100. I was like throwing 60 on PB into it. But no, yeah. We used to throw that on back in the day at, I can't remember what the gym was, maybe like a Plus Fitness or something like that. But
Unreal.
anyone else?
Mitchell, you want to go? Mitchie.
What's
your song, Mitchie?
Someone spoke about this recently.
You're a big old country boy.
Yeah, I love country. It's obviously going to be country, but Dr. Mike Israel, he put up a video recently.
He'll be listening too.
He'll be listening to our podcast, definitely. One of the most respected people in the fitness industry will be listening to our third episode. No, he spoke about you know, especially if you're lifting 1 to 3 RMs, even 5 RMs, like you need to fucking go to another place. Like internally, if you're going to shift that much weight true to how much you can lift for that amount of reps, like you need to go to another place. So Cover Me Up by Morgan Wallen, or
Surely some Hardy, right? Hardy in there?
Hardy's like rock country. So this song is like a just pull on your heartstrings sort of song. It's that sort of shit for me that'll make me go to another place. Or Dive by Ed Sheeran.
Oh, what a tune that is.
Banger. Yeah.
We can put these in the show notes maybe, so people can have a little listen.
So you're like you're slow. You're
Sorry,
a
had to
slow
tune.
song.
Yeah, like
You don't want to hype up. You
with
want to
depth
slow.
and like passion to it.
I like that.
You want to get emotional.
Yeah, proper. Like I'm trying to tap into that. Yeah.
I actually think last time I saw him pull that trap bar PR, like he was crying.
I think I was crying. Yeah.
It was straight
I
up
remember
tears
ripping
coming
it
out
at
his eyes.
Impact. I had like a 3 RM
I just want to give you a hug.
I think I was there, and I actually thought, if you want me to film it, and you're like, no.
No, I was like, I need to be by myself a bit.
Need to cry a little bit.
Alright, what's yours, Jaden?
Mine's a little bit different from that.
Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, Claire's favourite.
Heavy metal.
She hates me for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
The hate's a strong word.
yeah, hate is strong.
But you're right.
That's why I used it. It depends on the lift. I got different songs for different lifts.
Oh, hit us with the lift and song. Here we go. You're prepared.
I personally like to channel Chanel. Smell good. Channel anger as my emotion when I'm doing things like PRs. Deadlift song, Stitch, Wage War. Huge song.
Anyone know that?
You would know it.
It'll be Bo Denton.
Bo Denton, yeah.
Bo's going to listen to this guy.
Willow from CCSC, he'll know that too. He knows what I'm talking about. Any other lift, any sort of, this is a band, any Void of Vision song is usually my go-to. Heavy songs. I'm trying to think if I listen to anything. If I was going for like, if we're talking outside of the gym, like I'm just going to throw this in here for a run. Jack Hayes, Outrun Myself, heartstrings. That is playing the 6 strings on the guitar, man.
You reckon I'm the country boy?
6 strings on the guitar of pure sadness. So that'd be my picks. I'll throw a band in there because it's too hard to choose. I got too many good songs. That's it.
That's it.
Well, you do this all day.
The question was one.
Yeah, well, I gave you 3 because I always over deliver.
I was waiting for Avril Lavigne, but
Yeah, man.
let down a little bit.
Yeah,
You like Avril?
Abby girl, she's my maintenance. She just gets me through a session. You know?
It's my life, deload.
No, one
Yeah.
day when we were both
Abby's-
super sad, we were like, let's put Avril Lavigne on.
Yeah, Abby gets me through a session, but like if I need to go to a place, I don't know, Avril doesn't really. Yeah, some of it's.
Nice. Nice. I like
I
it.
think she makes me more weak at the knees with that than
Yeah.
excited.
Sorry, Moz. Who you going to?
got one.
I literally
Go.
I don't really do PBs in the gym. My reps are pretty high, so I don't know.
What about if you're going for a 20 rep set and you know that metabolic damage is coming in, you're burning up?
What about when
What
you
are we
just,
going?
yeah? What about you just train to feel good, mate?
Nah.
Do you have like a genre?
I've got heaps of genres. You know that I do.
All the things.
Just give me one.
I got
All right, just give us your favourite fucking song.
James Blunt, You're Beautiful.
Oh, that is a good tune.
But I don't listen to it while I'm training, no way.
Nah, it's a
But
bit.
that's my karaoke song too.
Well, do you want to
I
go?
can hit it hard. I can hit it hard.
Karaoke.
Oh,
We got to do that with beer review. Or get a couple of tins down before we do that. Yeah, a bit of liquid courage.
Shout out to 6 Strings if you guys are listening as well.
And when you
We're going
guys
to be best of buddies once they open their new venue in the Sawmill Complex, which is going to be clutch. Yeah, if you got some good beers, chuck them our way. Feel free. Tay actually works there, so I'll just get Tay to maybe.
Okay, Claire, what R&B song are you going to tell us?
Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah.
I'm like kind of similar to you. Like I don't really have a crazy song that I go to, but in saying that, I like Justin Timberlake Mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really cool song. You've just ruined it, and now I shall never listen to it again.
Yeah, Jaden, why'd you do that? Oh, it's been filmed.
But yeah, I'm an R&B girl. Thanks for bringing it up.
I'm purposely booking people in on Fridays because whoever's on playlists from like 8 till 12 is absolutely pumping it. It's R&B. It's like R&B and
It
it's
is
so
really
good.
R&B Fridays.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, we always spoke about wanting to do our set days, but I think it's a good vibe how we just interchange it throughout the day.
What were you going to do? Western Wednesdays?
Western Wednesdays.
Never took off, did it?
Sunday scaries.
It's just going to be, there's a couple of things to involve. Country music and fastest hands in the West just walking around all day just doing this.
I think you only got a vote poll of 1 for that day, didn't you? You're the only person that voted for it.
That'd be myself and Ty. Ty loves his country music.
Does he? It's all like country.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan of country too.
There's some bangers there.
Yeah, I find
jam.
myself just singing along up there when I'm working. That speaker jamming in your ear. Just getting moved. Very shortly. All right, guys, we have a new section this week. We're going to go. I hope you didn't see the answers there. We're going to go rapid fire. So your buzzer is going to be your name. If you just want to test them out now. No, you got to say your name.
I was just testing you guys. Mitchell.
No, it's Mitchie.
Jay.
It just doesn't really have that.
Maybe you can do like
grab,
Dobby
you
or something.
Mitchie suits that voice.
Mitchie suits that voice. Jay.
There's actually
I don't like raisins.
Oh, all right. Do you want to, let's change it up now while we're here.
I feel like we need a. Yeah,
Okay,
I want
let's
to
go
work on a better
sounds,
name
'cause
of that. I
it's
don't like using my own. What are you going, Reese?
Oh.
All right, let's jump straight into it. All right, guys. Question number 1. What is the name? You have to let me finish. You've
Read it. That is so unfair. Claire, don't be a bad sportsman.
What is the name of the server at the front of our complex?
BP.
Done. One to Donny. How many pre-workouts do we have available for our clients?
Timo just brought one in, so there'll be 4. 4. We've got bulk pre. You guys need pre? We got bulk pre. We got bulk pre.
What was the date of our opening day?
Whack. 27th of May.
You'd know that, yeah.
These last 2 don't actually have answers, but we're just going to kick us off. Who's the most serious on the team?
Mitchie. Clearly. Oh, that's a good question. Who do you actually reckon it is?
This is a little discussion.
Well, I made the question actually.
Did you?
Shout out to Claire for making the question.
Thanks.
Who do you think?
Mitch.
Reckon? Does that mean I'm like not fun? I feel like I'm still fun.
This is why she asked the question. She was making everyone feel insecure.
It depends. I reckon it'd be between Claire and Mitch. Yep.
Claire?
I reckon.
Nah,
I reckon.
Claire.
I don't know, because you got the counselling side, so you got to have the serious side. I feel like by default of your job, you need that serious side.
I think it's Reese, because he always asks if he can do stuff even though he works here.
Actually,
Hey guys, can I just use that room, do a massage? No, mate.
I actually retract my statement. That is 100% the cat. Yeah, I reckon. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I reckon. Then, yeah. Sorry, Claire. I retract. I would say it's out of Reese and Mitch.
What makes you think me?
Sorry, are you a little bit butthurt for this?
I reckon it's either one of us.
We're just joking. Do you know what that is?
You're a dickhead. No, give me your reasons. I really like this. Why Reese?
Yeah.
I gave my reason.
I didn't say Reese.
Oh, do I have to think of a reason? I thought I could just say someone's name. No, you got to go deep.
Wait, who do you think?
For most serious. Yeah, probably Jay.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. No.
But just like business sense, I think.
So that's the thing. Like we're children. Like we are children.
Categories.
We're children, but the reason I'd say you're most serious is because like when we have to have team meetings and stuff, like we kind of go into serious mode.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
good.
but that's cool. That's necessary.
That'll go into my next question.
Okay.
It's mainly for Claire and Reese, but who is the boss?
Me.
Who is the boss?
After this,
Do we still have to chime in? Mitchie. Claire.
I was going to say Claire.
what do you guys reckon?
Claire?
That was quick and simple.
Well, all right, wrap it up. See you later next week.
See you next week.
Next week, I'm the boss. What she said? She's the boss.
I'm surprised you didn't. Pierce, I'm surprised you didn't put in there. Who runs the gym? Whose gym is it?
We can speak about
Mitchie. It's Mitchie's. It's only Mitchie's. We have to go back to the elevator.
Give us a rundown on why it's. Yeah, don't name names, but
I feel like people need to know what happened.
For people who are listening to this and not watching, my head's looking down when I say this.
it still hurts him.
So, are we going to go into the story? Okay. No, my partner Molly and I were coming down our elevator of the apartment that we were living in, and someone else got into that apartment too. Someone that Molly knew.
Whilst we were building the gym.
Hey, this is whilst we were building, or it would have been
No, we were building.
normal elevator chat. You know, everything going down. Yeah, sweet. Hey, how you going? Yeah, everything's going sweet. Doesn't know me, right? Turns around, looks at me, and goes, "How's Mitchell's gym going?"
Didn't Molly answer? That's going great.
No, I did, and I said it's good.
Did Moz even stand up for you?
And I should go to the elevator, and I turned to Molly, and I was like, "Mitchell's gym." That's a lot of work. A lot of work for Mitchell's gym that I put in. So here we are, hybrid headquarters run by Mitchell Briggs.
That's a great segue to wrap this up for today. So welcome to Briggsy's Gym and Briggsy's podcast. Claire is the boss. And if you want to know more about us, you can find us on our website at www.thehybridhq.com.au, our Instagram, The Hybrid HQ, or Facebook, The Hybrid Headquarters. And also,
If you want to send us a friendly little email or maybe inquire about our memberships, info@thehybridhq.com.au is where you can find us. We appreciate you checking into episode number 3 of the Hybrid HQ podcast.
It's moving fast, but we love it.
Reese is going to leave us with a little meow.
Oh, I got caught a bit.
Mate, say it with your bloody chest next time, champion. Go on.
Peace.
See ya.
Boy.